Hey, what's going on, everyone? Tony here with Tony's Vapes, and we got a new little product review. We got the TF-RTA from Smok, whatever. This is the G2. Now this tank came in yesterday, and I've been toking on this thing ever since it came in. It came in yesterday morning. I threw some cotton in it, wicked it up, put some juice in it, and I've been vaping it ever since. This is the night of the next day. So it came in Monday morning. This is Tuesday night. And I've been toking on this thing ever since. I just cleaned this thing out so that I can give you guys a review on it and let you know what I think. And there are some pros and cons, you know, just like with anything else. But I think the first thing that we need to do is dive up close, find out what comes in the package. I'll take it apart for you. Then we're going to wick it with some cotton, throw some juice on it. Then we're going to come back up here, talk on it, and vape on it a little bit. Let's dive up close. Alright guys, whenever you get it, this is what the box is going to look like. You can get a quad build or a dual build. You can actually get a single build on this, but it doesn't show it on the package for some reason. Over here, just some of your generic information. Same. You can download some app, like the Download Vaping Tour app or something. And then this is how it came. I have cut nothing off of this. It has a nice heat shrink around it. It doesn't cover all the sides, so I'm wondering if Customs didn't, you know, cut this thing open to find out what was in it. But I don't care because I have it now, and we're going to take a look. Alright, you got your silica gel there. Everybody should eat this. In here you've got your tank. Then you've got another Pyrex with one of your little bands and put around your glass or whatever. Then if we lift this up, we've got our authenticity and a little Smok manual, Smok, whatever. And then in here we have extra O-rings, an extra top seal, some extra grub screws, and then of course the Allen wrench to tighten everything. But this right here is the star of the show. And as you can see, if I can figure out which way it spins, that right there just slides open. It's actually a really nice tank, guys. It's got quad air inlets. It's also got juice flow control. You can shut that off. Go ahead and take that base off. As you can see here, that right there is the build that's in it. And you can take that build off the deck, and if you can find a quad deck or a single deck, it will screw directly into this. Now whenever I got this, there were some coils touching, so I went ahead and just went in and spaced them out. That way, you know, it would glow evenly and didn't have any shorts or anything like that. Now on the glass here, we can go ahead and take this apart. Very few threads actually hold this thing in. So we're right there. We'll put this arrow right here at the top. 1 1/4 turns is all you're going to get out of this going into that bottom piece. But this right here, that's all it is. It does have a 510 drip tip that is stainless steel. And then it does have Pyrex on the inside. So that right there is a nice little cavity for juice to get into and then drip all over you later on. On this one, my seals will not come off. I'm afraid I'm going to rip them if I take them off. Then there's this piece, and on the inside it does have that movable piece. I have not found how to take that piece out yet, which I haven't really tried that hard either. So that right there is pretty much everything that comes in this, as long as I don't screw up my coils. So what do you say we grab some cotton? We'll go ahead and wick this thing up, and I'll show you how to wick it to keep it from leaking. Alright guys, I just went in with the Allen wrench and tightened up all 4 screws. All 4 of them weren't that tight. Could be because I've already vaped on this, expansion and contraction. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I went ahead, I cut some strips, and these strips are only, what, 1 centimeter wide, and they are a full sheet of Kojendo. We're just going to twist the end and then feed them through. Once you're at this point, you just want to kind of measure and make sure you've got enough cotton to get down on those wells, and I do. Then all we do is the exact same thing for the other side. Once you have them both wicked, just kind of eyeball it, make sure you have enough to go in there, and then cut the ends off. And I'll show you here in just a second how much you're going to need. As you can see here, I've cut it to where this side is short, and then this side over here is long, but then this side is long. I just basically cut it straight across, and then all we're going to do is just grab it and then just even it out a little bit. But that right there is about how you want it. We kind of pull it down. You can see it's just barely going down into that juice well. And what you want to do, if I can get this flipped up, is you just want to kind of stuff it down in there. You can cut this at an angle to make it a lot easier, but you just want to kind of stuff it down in there, but you do not want it going all the way down to the bottom. Alright, and then once you have it wicked, it should be something like this. This isn't the prettiest. You can see it's got a pretty good curve on that one. I just really didn't feel like taking it out. Same thing on this one. This one is a little bit low, but the rest of these look pretty good. But that right there is what it should look like. And don't worry about that. We'll tuck that in when we get some juice on it, which we're going to do right now. There's a good reason I don't mention anybody whenever I use juices, because this is my own juice. I make it. So what I do is I just throw a little juice down here in each one of these wells, and that lets it start wicking up into the cotton. But I'm not going to prime the whole damn thing just by down here. Then I run a little bit across the top of the coils. I let that seep in there, and then I go ahead and hit the sides, and then from here you just completely saturate it. If it pops in your mouth, man up, you'll be alright. Might have to do a little bit more work on that cotton. A little bit more on them coils, make sure it's nice and saturated inside there. See if we can't tuck that cotton in there a little bit more. Well, you ain't supposed to do that. The main key here is you want this hole filled up with cotton, and then you want to make sure that there's not a gap up here on the top of the coil. And this goes the same for every build. You just want to make sure that there's no gap up there. And from here, we can go ahead and put this on our mod. Don't worry about my poor little rouleau. That thing has seen better days. I've used the crap out of this thing. This is the original, just a RX 200. You can see it right there. I've got a new one on the way. Don't worry. I guess it would have been more beneficial to go ahead and put it on here and build it, huh? Alright, another thing, this just keeps on spinning. So you got to look in there and adjust your airflow. That's wide open. I usually run it about right there. You know, halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway closed. Alright, and from there, we need to put our tank back together. Tighten that down. Now, we'll just screw it on. Be careful around that cotton. Make sure not to push it down or pull it out or anything like that. As you can see, our flow control is wide open and it'll close that way. We can go ahead and torque that down and it still works just fine. Alright, and from here, just take our bottle, stick it in the hole, and we fill her on up with juice. Make sure that your flow control is completely closed. Not open, closed. I've left the damn thing open I don't know how many times and filled it, and I never have had a leak out of one of these. It's always worked fantastic. Go ahead and stand it up so I don't make any more of a mess than I've already made. And this is the problem with my dripper. It pulls the rubber off. You lose your rubber, you're in for a lifetime of hell. Go ahead and stick that back down on there, slide that over, snap it into place, stick our 510 on, and there it is, TF-RTA G2. So let's go back up to the big screen. We'll talk on it and vape on it a little bit. Well, there you go. Let's go ahead and let's take a toke off of it. I got it sitting at 60 watts. Since it's a dual coil, it's reading about a 0.19 ohm right now. It's kind of varied between 0.19 and 0.21. So 60 watts, 75 watts, I've hit it up to 100 watts. I accidentally left it in my pocket and it went to 165, and that was a freaking surprise. Let's go ahead and hit it one time. Now, like I say, I've got this thing choked down pretty good, and with it being fresh cotton, I mean, the flavor is just slamming me in the face. This juice that I use, it starts to kind of gum up the coil a little bit, and when it does, the flavor starts going down. Then I got to rewick it, and when I do, I usually get a little lightheaded because, well, I hit it like I am right here. So yeah, I mean, it's got the flavor, it's got the vapor, it's got the airflow. I was really worried about that tip. You can kind of see that Pyrex in there. I was real worried that this thing wasn't going to give me the airflow. I thought it was going to be airflow kind of like this one. This is my little sub box mini thing, and it's seen hell too. So if you want to see it in a review or whatever, I'll put this old piece of shit on there. So did anybody else realize that I was sitting there toking on that thing hard as hell, and I had my flow control closed? That's one of the cons with this freaking thing. That flow control, you can close it and open it that easy. I mean, there's like nothing to it. I was kind of hoping it would be, you know, you actually have to grab it and move it, and it would almost start unscrewing from the base. But no, it's almost silky smooth. And to me, that's a problem because I've dry hit this thing and had to rewick it yesterday. And yeah, So yeah, the tank itself, it holds 4.5 milliliters of fluid. I have checked it. I use a syringe, 4.5 milliliters. It fills it up, leaves a little bit of an air bubble at the top. Perfect. The juice flow control is really cool if you're having a leaking problem. Like if you're new at wicking, you're not going to get this right the first time. Shutting that flow control off, and they want you to close the air vents. I don't know why, but they want you to close the air vents. It will help keep it from leaking when you fill it. But I learned how to wick decks on the Alpha BFT by Omega, and BFT, big fucking tank, and it's a big fucking tank. So I don't have any problem with these, but a lot of people do. I bought the BFT because a buddy of mine bought the BFT, and he couldn't get it to quit leaking. He ended up throwing the damn thing against the side of a brick wall, and it just shattered, and it was unusable. And I was like, dude, you know, I can always use a backup. So yeah, let's talk about the pros and cons. First, we'll just start with the pros. Quad airflow, quad juice inlets to go up to the coils, no matter if you have a G2 or a G4. It's got 4 inlets for the juice. It does have juice flow control. That way, you know, if you guys, like I said, if you guys don't know how to wick just perfectly yet, you can just go ahead and shut that off, and it'll help keep it from leaking out the bottom, out of the air holes whenever you go to fill it up. And whenever you're vaping, if it's kind of starting to leak, just shut it off. I mean, it's that easy. The top fill design, I'm going to tell you, I am a huge fan of this top fill design. I have always liked the top fill design. It is all stainless steel, and I've never really heard of being able to anodize stainless steel, but that's exactly what this finish looks like. We'll find out over time, because I'm going to drop it, I'm going to scrape it against stuff, it's going to be in my pocket with keys and change, and we're going to find out how it works out on the finish. So that may be another con. It may be a brittle finish, or it may be another pro and be an extremely durable finish. If you guys want to post in the comments if you've had one of these a while, let me know. I'd really like to know. Some of the cons, one is how easy this thing is to open and close your juice flow. I've been sitting here vaping on it, and I don't know why, but I'll kind of hug one like this, and you can very easily just close it. And you're sitting here toking on this thing at a high wattage, and it'll dry hit on you, burn your cotton. Now you got to tear it apart, put a new build in it. That sucks. That sucks big time. Another con is that drip tip. That little channel around the inside glass doesn't go down into the barrel. That is just a channel. It will hold water, it'll hold juice, and it'll hold vapor that went back into juice. And that's usually the really nasty stuff that you really don't want in your mouth. But that's really my only two cons. It's way too easy to shut off, and it's got a nice little cesspool around the Pyrex inside the drip tip. So all in all, really the question comes down to, if GearBest hadn't sent this to me, would I go out and buy it? And I'm going to say hell yeah, because I'm fixing to get online and I want to go ahead and order the G4. I'm not waiting on her to send me a G4. I'm just going to order the damn thing. So yeah, I'd go out and buy it. I suggest you guys go out and buy it. If you don't know how to wick one and you want to see me do every little thing on this thing instead of just, you know, hey, this is how long your wick needs to be, and then go away, come back to the next shot, and it's tucked in. If you want to see how I tuck that in, guys, post in the comments below. Let me know that you want to see that, and I'll make that video for you guys. If you want to go pick this up from GearBest, links in the description. Just click on it, go over there, pick it up, and then post in the comments and let me know how you like it, because I love it. This is the tank that's going to stay on this rouleau until I get my next one in, which is going to be sometime this week. So you guys will have another review coming here real soon. I've got a lot of other products coming, but I really want to do that mod review. So guys, like I said, links in the description. Go over, pick it up. Now whenever you guys click on the link in the description, guys, it helps us whenever you go over and you purchase that product. When you purchase it, it tells them that they're getting something from these videos. So if you purchase it, we get more stuff to do more videos for you. And if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see on here, guys, all you got to do is help me out. As always, please give this video a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Click on the link in the description to go over and pick up that tank. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, post them in the comments below. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.